I saw one of her exes somewhere at a game somewhere, and I shook his hand. Boy, I can't even touch his ass no more. I better not acknowledge him or look at him or nothing no more. So I'm off limits. If you are ex, your ass is my ex.
I know he's dating your daughter now. So was he sharing Christmas with you?
Yeah. The rule in our house is any boy that's an ex, he's now my ex.
Is he a good gift giver?
Hell yeah. That's why I like him. That boy come through with some, he trying to impress a family gift. He don't come through, you know, I'm her father, so he bought me this big 100 cigar box of the
Steve, you shook his hand? You hugged him? Dad, we need to talk. Can you believe that's the text Lori Harvey reportedly fired off the second her dad's courtside bro hug with Michael B. Jordan hit the internet? 11 million views later, and Steve Harvey's openly admitting he totally broke the #1 Harvey house rule. If you're Lori's ex, well, you're Steve's ex too. So what made the Family Feud host risk his daughter's wrath? And what's this new zero contact policy he now has to follow? Let's dive in and unpack all that drama. First of all, let me just say this. I don't really fault Lori Harvey for being mad about this. Don't no young lady, know what? Don't anybody want their ex and their parents to be spotted out in public, hugging and talking and all that shit. You know, it all went down at the NBA Abu Dhabi games, a high-profile event where the cameras are always rolling. And roll they did, catching Steve and Michael dapping it up, laughing and embracing like old friends. The internet, as you can imagine, went absolutely wild. Comment sections exploded with questions. Did Steve forget Lori and Michael split? Is this a sign he wants them back together? Yada, 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 yada. I look at it this way. Steve was hugging him like he was an old friend from back in the goddamn 60s. And yes, Steve probably did whisper in his ear, hey man, Lori, you the best thing that ever happened to Lori, man. Judging Lori's fucking past, like, Steve definitely wants Michael B. Jordan to be with Lori. Well, at that point in time, you know, because at that point in time, he was the best thing that probably ever happened to her. Now, that footage is actually old, but of course, it all came back to light with Steve Harvey doing an interview on the Pivot Podcast. Shout out to the Pivot Podcast, where Steve could tell you in his own words what happened.
I saw one of her exes somewhere at a game somewhere, and I shook his hand. Boy, I can't even touch his ass no more. I better not acknowledge him or look at him or nothing no more. So I'm off limits. If you are ex, your ass is my ex too. That's the rule. The rule in our house is any boy that's an ex, he's now my ex too. I must hate him like we was dating. It's been hard, man, because her life has had to be played out in the public eye. Mm-hmm. People don't understand when, like you understand, you have attractive daughter that's in the light, it'll attract a certain
demographic of men.
Yeah, certain cat, man.
Oh yeah, it will attract a certain kind of man. And you know, I showed some pictures of some men that she has been reportedly been linked to or just dating. We ain't gonna get into Diddy. You don't want your daughter with Diddy, of course. But I think it's fair Lori said these things. Now, I mean, you want to respect your daughter's wishes. She's a grown woman and all that stuff. But he just said she makes lots of money. Does she live with him still? Because, like, I'm old school, and it's still going to be my rules, my house. However, I can understand that. I can totally understand her being disappointed. But Lori, how many fucking exes? She got so many fucking public exes, and that's just the public exes. What about the exes from the past that we know nothing about? Like, goddamn. Every time Lori Harvey get a new nigga, I know Steve Harvey be thinking like DJ Khaled.
Another one. Another one.
And of course, fellas, when you're grown up, when you get with a woman, more than likely she's been with other guys. But you don't know nothing about them, and you should not care about them. Now, if you happen to know that some of them are Pookies and Ray Rays, you need to tread lightly on that young lady. But when you know who these dudes are, that just makes it worse. And like I said, a woman that messed with Future and Diddy, reportedly, nah, bruh. Say hit and quit. You already know that. Let me ask y'all this. Do you think Steve totally crossed the line? Or is Lori maybe overreacting just a little bit? Drop your take below, smash that subscribe button, and stick around because Steve's protective streak doesn't just stop at a basketball game. Long before the infamous hug, Steve Harvey made his stance on his daughter's relationships abundantly clear. He famously warned suitors, "If you put your hands on her, I will find you, and I'm going to do some things that's going to be ungodly." Extreme, perhaps to some, but you know, that's no different from when you're at the baby shower and you find out that you're having a girl and the first thing niggas say is, "Get that shotgun ready." How can we forget when Steve was on Ellen DeGeneres and he's been on her show like a dozen fucking times and Ellen was grilling him, no, not grilling him, but asking him about Lori, and that nigga did not want to say nothing. He was looking tight.
Pajamas and, hey, was Michael B. Jordan there? I know he's dating your daughter now, so was he sharing Christmas with you?
Yeah.
Look at that, that's happening in front of you?
I've never seen that picture before. Very uncomfortable. That picture right there. I'm not really feeling that picture. This is his second Christmas with us.
Yeah? Is he a good gift giver?
Hell yeah. That's why I like him. That boy come through with some, he trying to impress a family gift. He don't come through, you know, I'm her father, so he bought me this big 100 cigar box of the most hard to get cigars, 100 of them in this big box, and gave that to me. He gave my wife some skis. Who do that? Only way you give your potential mother-in-law some skis is because you want her to be your mother-in-law. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm pulling for him because he's a really good guy, man. Comes from a good family, you know. So I'm kind of pulling for him, but at the same time, I got my eye on him, you know.
So, was this hug with Michael B. Jordan damn near a year ago worth all the household heat? Sure it was. You want to acknowledge him because he's a good man, good young man. I think Steve was a little bit too much into him, but he probably haven't seen him in a long time, and I believe Steve genuinely liked Michael B. Jordan. What do y'all think? Was it a necessary boundary or an over-the-top exile? Comment below, hit the like button, and stay tuned because, you know, Lori Harvey stay in the news, man. I'm still waiting for her and damn sis Idris to do something. I know they just got back together, but I'm here. I'm waiting. I'll let you know what's going on with that. All right, KJ Media 100. Man, I'm out.